All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, His only begotten Son, YHWH, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So, if I know a lot of people get caught up in their lives, a lot of people get entangled with the affairs of this world, but just being up early this morning and just realizing what in the world is going on, because I can even get caught up at times, whether it's children, whether it's just brotherhood and we just chilling, whether it's work. We all can lose sight of exactly what's going on the earth. So, of course, this day being us celebrating the atonement, I took this day to actually refocus myself to see what's going on. And I'm put it like this: the 10 horns are beginning to hate the whore. All right. Anybody familiar with these 10 horns? Let me hear in the clubhouse chat, YouTube chat. Who are the 10 horns? Let me see. I'll give y'all a couple minutes. Who are the 10 horns? Get Daniel. We're gonna go to Daniel 7. I believe it's verse 9. Okay, Ganan said Euro, NATO. Okay. All right. NATO. Okay. All right. He said Mato. I don't know who Mato is, but I'm pretty sure you meant NATO, brother. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's read it. Yeah, Daniel 7.
So, pause for 1 second. This 7 is Ancient of Days. I want to go up a little bit.
Yeah, Salakia. 6. It's a 7, 7 and 7.
7
when
7.
It goes with Rome, where it goes to Rome.
Yeah, 7 to 7.
Yeah.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 7.
Appreciate it. Go ahead.
After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast.
A what?
A fourth beast.
Now, this fourth beast, I hope these crazy Islam is the fourth beast, not in the room, but the fourth beast is Rome. Okay? That's just what it is. If you teach something different, just unsubscribe, leave the room. I'm not trying to hear nothing right now. We just going to teach the scriptures. All right, read.
After this in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible.
Go ahead.
And strong exceedingly.
Come on.
And it had great iron teeth.
Go ahead.
It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Go ahead.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Go ahead.
And it had 10 horns.
So these 10 horns will be the 10 European common markets. The same common markets that eventually became the EU and then NATO. All right. That's what this is dealing with. So John had a similar vision. And if you look at the prophecies that's going on within the world, you see that the conflict that's going on with Palestine and what's going on with Israel is equating to the 10 horns beginning to hate the whore. Because one of the last few allies of the synagogue of Satan is America. That's who it is. And I'm going to go through a lot of current events. I'm not going to exhaust you with a lot of Bible verses today. I'm going to go through a lot of current events, show you what's going on the earth, and we're going to take it from there. Get Revelation 17 real quick.
This is the book of Revelation.
Where it says the horn shall hate the whore. I want that.
Okay. Foundation.
You know what I want?
I'm sitting at 7.
Let me see. I'll see right now for you.
Oh, I got it. Verse 16.
Yeah, read that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. Go ahead.
These shall hate the whore.
They're going to hate the whore. Now, who's the whore? It's that same destroying mountain in Jeremiah 51. That whore that's riding upon the beast is America. That's who that whore is. Mystery Babylon right here, the mystery land of the north in Jeremiah 16 and Jeremiah 23 and Zechariah chapter 2. This right here is that mystery land of the north, that mystery Babylon, that whore that's riding upon the beast that is modern day NATO. Okay? So the NATO is going to begin to hate the whore. That's what the scriptures is painting. That's what John the Revelator was painting. All right. So get Jeremiah 51 real quick to show another aspect of this, right? Because of course, the war first has to happen with what? BRICS and NATO have to fight first. And that's something you also see happening with the war in Ukraine, with Russia and China and things. I'm going to show you're going to see, and all of these news articles are within the past 2-3 days, including today. So we can refresh and refocus ourselves and realize what in the hell is going on in this world, man. You got what I want?
I'm in 51.
Where it says the destroying mountain. It's 51, I think 27. Let me see. Slovakia.
Yeah, 25. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain.
That's destroying mountain in prophecy is talking about Babylon, America. Come on.
I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroys all the earth, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks.
Come on.
And will make thee a burnt mountain.
See, America is prophesied to be destroyed by nuclear thermal destruction. America is to be that burnt mountain. Go ahead.
And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner.
Jump down to verse 27.
Set ye up a standard in the land. Blow the trumpet among the nations. Prepare the nations against her.
Now look at some of the major components of the nations that's going to come against America. Go ahead.
Call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat.
The kingdoms of Ararat. Now, what is the modern day kingdom of Ararat? That's Turkey. Turkey is a part of NATO. Turkey is against Israel. All of this, and I went through many classes showing this before. Go ahead. Mani or Manai, which is an ancient city in modern day Iran. Now you see the beef that's going on with Iran and Israel. And of course, with Trump doing all these damn sanctions, shout out to Trump, all right, doing all these sanctions, that's actually preparing the war to come. Continue.
And Ashkenaz.
And Ashkenaz, which will be the modern day Georgia and the Caucasus Mountains, which is modern day Russia. Okay, so all of this is going into prophecy onto some of the major components of the war to come that is going to destroy America. Okay, now let's get into some articles. Let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. We gonna share the screen. I learned how to do it today. I was up early, boy. I was up early.
Let's go.
All right. Hold on. Okay. So, boom. You're gonna read that for me, Kawan. All right. This is, you see, this is live. This is today. This just happened. All right. Read that.
Live. Israel kills 59 people in Gaza. Hamas reviews Trump's plan to end war.
Now, this is the major war that is all through the headlines. Everybody's hearing about it. Everybody's talking about it. There's so many countries that are actually protesting. There's a lot of protesting going on within cities that is not being televised. And everybody is speaking about this war going on with Israel and Palestine. Okay, we're gonna jump down a little bit. Read those bullet points real quick.
Qatar's prime minister says several points in Trump's plan for Gaza require clarification.
So now Trump actually tried to put in a plan within the past couple of days where he's trying to negotiate peace between Israel and Gaza. Now you have a lot of these Islamic powers is like, we need clarification on some of the things within this deal. Continue.
Require clarification and negotiation, but hope that all parties would view the plan constructively and seize the opportunity to end the war.
Go ahead.
Hamas negotiating team is studying U.S. President Trump's 20-point plan to end Israel's war on Gaza.
Now we're going to read some of this right here. This is an hour ago. Go ahead.
Netanyahu refused full Gaza withdrawal hours after Trump meeting.
So yesterday, Netanyahu met with Trump.
Right.
And Netanyahu is refusing. That can't be real Hebrew, man. That just sounds disgusting. Netanyahu. Even though that's not even his real name, but that's besides the point. Let's continue. Netanyahu is refusing to withdraw his troops from Gaza hours after meeting with Trump, man. Go ahead.
Netanyahu refused full Gaza withdrawal hours after Trump meeting, hours after appearing with Trump to unveil the 20-point plan to end the genocidal war on Gaza.
Oh, don't use that G word. Genocidal. Don't say that. Right? Don't say that. I am going to show with many other things throughout history, right? I'm not going to go into it yet today, but does anybody know that Israel just bought TikTok? And now it's being ran by an Israeli company for propaganda? Think about that. Because especially with that word genocide, they don't want that to get pushed. But let's continue. Read.
Netanyahu told Hebrew-speaking audiences that he has no intention of pulling Israeli troops from Gaza.
He has no intent. This dude is a thug. Just as the Most High hardened the heart of Pharaoh, he's hardened the heart of Mr. Yahoo. Yeah?
No way. That's not happening.
And you know he said it just like that. Gangster. Yeah?
He said in a video posted on his personal X account. He told his audience that Israel had turned the tables on Hamas by rallying Arab and Muslim states to pressure the group to accept Israel's conditions. The release of captives while Israeli forces stay in most of Gaza. According to the Times of Israel, Netanyahu also secured key edits to Trump's plan, showing and limiting any withdrawal to ensure.
So Netanyahu, while meeting with Trump, is editing Trump's plan. He secured key edits, meaning he's sitting with Trump and saying, no, I don't want it to say this. I want it to say that. No, I don't want it to say this. I want it to say that. You know, I believe it was 2-3 days ago, Netanyahu in a press conference says, I control America. Right. He said it.
Right. He said, I make decisions for Trump.
I make decisions for Trump. Finish it up.
According to the Times of Israel, Netanyahu also secured key edits to Trump's plan, slowing and limiting any withdrawal to ensure Israeli forces retain control over large swaths of the enclave.
Hey, Adawan priest Danya Allah said Netanyahu is a fake name. His family name is Milkowski. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Lord in Christ. Let's continue going through this, right? So look at this. Documents show Hamas direct involvement with aid flotilla Israel claims. So now we're going to get into this flotilla, which is literally aid from so many countries, not just with military, but also with food and clothing and first aid kits, water, because they see the genocide that's happening in Gaza. But what is the Times of Israel? So look, this is the Times of Israel. What are they saying? That Hamas has direct involvement for it. And that's why you're going to see in other articles that I'm going to pull that military boats from Israel is guarding against the flotilla entering into Gaza. That's what they're doing. They're stopping food from going into Gaza. They're stopping first aid kits, water, and of course the military aid. They stopping all of that. But you're going to see how this is going to be a very key component into World War III on everything that's going on. All right, let's continue. These damn propaganda-fueled animals. So go ahead, read that.
Foreign Ministry
this
says...
This is 29 minutes ago.
Go
ahead.
Live. Samud Flotilla nears Gaza amid threats of Israeli interception.
So they're stopping certain boats because Israeli interception is on the rise. So there's many countries to stop going to war with Israel because they have their own citizens on these boats. They're stopping these boats because they see Israel is now having an armada that is right there in the Mediterranean Sea, blocking aid from entering into Gaza. We're going to read a little bit of this article, right? Yeah, read that. Look at 1 hour ago. Go ahead.
Waiting for it to pop. Right, so there we go. Italy's Meloni urges flotilla to stop now. The Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, said that an Israeli attack...
The flotilla is not just simply... 80%, 90% of it has nothing to do with military weapons. It's all aid. Whether it's water, whether it's food, to go to Gaza to stop the genocide. And Israel is bombing these ships. Israel has drones in the Mediterranean. Israel has, once again, a complete armada that's blocking this. These dudes is devils, man. Go ahead.
The Israeli Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, said that an Israeli attack on the flotilla as it neared Gaza could derail the Gaza ceasefire plan put forward by U.S. President Donald Trump.
You see that? Because if Israel starts bombing flotilla with all the countries that are involved in it, who's to know what's to come? All right, let's go into it a little bit more, right? You see Italy's Navy to quit Gaza flotilla as risk of Israeli attack looms. We're going to read just a little bit of it, right? Go ahead.
Rome, September
Once again,
30th,
this today.
Italy's Navy will stop following the international flotilla.
International. There's a lot of people trying to send aid to Gaza. Go ahead.
They will stop following the international flotilla trying to deliver aid to Gaza once it gets within 150 nautical miles of the shore, the Italian Defense Ministry said on Tuesday.
Yesterday.
The global, what's his name? Samud Flotilla.
Shout out to Samud, man. Whatever that is, man. God.
Consisting of more than...
Look at this. Read that.
The global Samud Flotilla, consisting of more than 40 civilian boats.
40 civilian boats. Civilian boats. These ain't big ships with guns on it and tanks and helicopters. Civilian boats, Ak. Go
40 civilian boats carrying parliamentarians, lawyers, and activists, including Swedish climate campaigner Greta Thunberg, aims to break Israel's blockade of the Palestinian enclave. I
will be mad if my name was Thunberg, but we're going to read this right here, guys. Thunberg is crazy. Yeah. Once the convoy
reaches 150 nautical miles limit, the Italian frigate accompanying it will stop, as communicated several times in recent days, the ministry said in a statement. The ship will issue 2 warnings to activists, with the second and final one foreseen at around 000 GMT, when the flotilla is expected to get within the stated distance, the statement added. Earlier on Tuesday, an Italian spokesman for the flotilla, Maria Etna Delia, said that the activists had been informed about the government's plans to have the Navy ship stop and turn back to avoid a diplomatic incident with Israel.
You see that? Now, of course, this is all in America. This will be Monday night. Okay? Because this is happening in Italy. Right? But obviously Tuesday, which is today's our Tuesday, this is everything that's happening, man. Now, you see how the Europe doesn't know. It's like, okay, if we get attacked by Israel, We gonna have to fight.
Right.
We gonna have to fight. Let's continue, right? Get these damn ads out the way. They always trying to sell something. Now go ahead, read that.
Hamas-linked flotilla nears Gaza as Israeli Navy readies interception.
You see that? So they have an entire armada that is intercepting these ships. Okay. Again, this is today. Come on.
The flotilla, consisting of some 50 ships, so like you scroll though. Okay, the global Samud flotilla, which seeks to breach Israel's naval blockade of the Gaza Strip, reported on Tuesday morning that it was about 150 nautical miles from the territory. Today, we're going to approach the 150 nautical mile zone, which is the zone after which Israel is known to start kidnapping people from boats.
He start what?
Kidnapping people from boats.
These niggas is taking niggas from the boats and taking the boat over. It's like they like pirates. That's what these do. They like pirates, man. Pirates of the Mediterranean.
Right.
Good.
Kidnapping people from boats, Ruz Yakima, a Dutch flotilla participant, said in a video posted to Instagram. The anti-Israel activist urged her followers to keep all eyes on us and on Gaza in the coming 48 hours.
In the coming 48 hours.
Adding, it's about damn time to break the siege.
It's about damn time to break the siege. Continue.
Jerusalem maintains its naval blockade on the enclave imposed on January 3rd, 2009, is compatible with international law. It aims to prevent weapons, terrorists, and funds from entering or exiting Gaza by sea. Israel's foreign ministry on Tuesday released documents that said it were recovered from Gaza by Israeli forces, establishing Hamas's direct role in organizing multiple flotillas over the years.
So, of course, they are always going to use their propaganda, because that's what all this is, man. I remember when maybe about a year ago, when the Palestine and Israel war was hot in the news, and they said they found Hamas's plan that fell out of the pocket of fleet. What are you? Come on, bro. That's like what happened with 9/11, and they found a passport of one of the dudes on the floor in the middle of Manhattan. It's all propaganda, man. And people believe this nonsense. You telling me that one dude that's fleeing away from Israeli soldiers drops the entire folder of his plan from Hamas? That's ridiculous, man.
Crazy.
But people believe this. Let's go to the next article. The Jerusalem Post. All right. Go ahead, read that.
Spain blocks American ships carrying weapons for Israel.
Now, Spain is blocking American ships that are carrying weapons to Israel, man. All right, let's read a little bit of this article, man. When this happened? Oh, yesterday. Go ahead.
American ships loaded with arms for Israel were blocked from transiting through Rota Cadiz and Morón de Frontera civil bases.
You're saying that pretty fluent, brother. Go ahead.
The Spanish El País newspaper reported Monday. Rota and Morón are not a back door. A source was quoted by the paper as saying, Rota and Morón are bases under Spanish sovereignty, under the command of Spanish military officer, and everything that happens there must be authorized by Spanish authorities.
You see how America just think they could just go past? Like, man, we America, bro. We just gonna go past this water zone, and we bringing arms right over, and there's nothing you could say to me. And Spain is like, nah, nigga, hold on, son, that's not happening. Continue.
Everything that happens there must be authorized by the Spanish authorities, a source was quoted by the paper as saying. The Spanish government, which has called Israel's military actions a genocide, says it stopped exporting arms to Israel as of October the 2nd, 2023, and has recognized the Palestinian state in May 2024.
Go ahead.
The move comes as Madrid continues to cancel arms contracts with Israeli companies.
Okay, let's read a little bit more right here. 2 American bases.
I'm just waiting for it.
Yep.
The 2 American bases in southern Spain are officially shared by the 2 allies, but Washington often uses them as a hub for troops, weapons, fuel, and supplies bound further east. The bases were also used by 15 American KC-135 tanker aircraft during the war between Israel and Iran in June.
And we're going to get into that too, because Iran is about to go to war again. All of that ceasefire and peace. Remember, the scripture says peace and safety. Then sudden destruction shall come, man. Everybody, all these peace deals and all these treaties and all of that's going to go out the window, man. Okay.
During the war between Israel and Iran in June, as the U.S. flew its bombers towards Iranian targets ahead of Operation Midnight Hammer. But according to 1988 Madrid, Washington military cooperation agreement regarding the base, America must obtain authorization.
You got it. Spain, like, listen, man, you got to ask permission over here, dude. Yeah.
America must obtain authorization from the local administration to transfer ammunition and explosives to third countries.
All right, so you see there's a lot going on, man. Now look at this, right? This is just Wikipedia. Now, this is the international recognition of Palestine as a state. It says, as of September 2025, the state of Palestine is recognized as a sovereign state by 157 of the 193 member states of the United Nations. So you see, most people are siding with Palestine and not with Israel. But of course, America is one of the last major allies of Israel, man. Okay, let's continue. It says, or just over 80% of the UN members. It has been a non-member observer state of the UN General Assembly since November 2012. The limited status is largely due to the fact that the United States, as a permanent member of the UN Security Council with veto power, has consistently used its veto or threatened to do so to block Palestine's full UN membership. Why? Because of Israel. Palestine is recognized. I want you to hear these countries. Palestine is recognized by the other 4 permanent members, which are China, France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. Now you have 2 major players in BRICS and 2 major players in NATO. This is all prophecy, man. All prophecy. I want you to look at this map, right? Look at this. The green is what represents. Oh, let me hide this real quick. It's getting on my nerves. Oh, Lord in Christ. 1 second. Boom. The green represents how many countries recognize Palestine as a state. The gray represents the countries that don't recognize Palestine. I want you to tell me, what in the world do you see?
The whore.
I see the whore damn near alone.
Right.
Alone. That is crazy.
Missile's about to fly, man.
Absolute madness, man. Absolute madness. Now, let's go into this, right? Let's go into some BRICS news. All right. Now, I'll read the title. You could read some of the article, right? It says, Iran presents latest nuclear industry achievements in Russia. All right, let's read some of this, man.
Iran has presented its latest nuclear industry achievements at Russia's Atom Expo 2025 in Moscow, highlighting progress in fields ranging from nuclear medicine to advanced agricultural applications, according to Mayor News Agency, a partner of TV Bricks.
Go ahead.
Among the technologies showcased were radiopharmaceuticals, heavy water production with isotope enrichment, cold plasma devices for treating diabetic wounds, and innovations in electronics. Officials stressed that these advances demonstrate how Iran's nuclear program is being adopted to diverse sectors. Applied to diverse sectors such as healthcare, science, and agriculture. Iran is not the only BRICS country making significant advances in nuclear technology. Recently, Panah Media Corporation, FMC, a partner with TV Bricks, reported that Russia and Ethiopia signed an action plan for...
Hold on. And what? And what?
Reported that Russia and Ethiopia...
Okay. Ezekiel 38. The scriptures, when you go through a lot... When you begin to go through a lot of this and understand the world news and what's going on behind the scenes and the things that they don't want you to see, while you're arguing about when your Sabbath day starts, while you're arguing about who has the correct date for the Passover, while you're arguing about all of this nonsense, these dudes are preparing for war. These dudes are preparing to have your storehouses empty. These dudes are preparing technology in Sweden and Switzerland, right? I don't have that in here, but you can look it up. Over 1,000 government members in the past week put chips in their hands. Why? Read that out.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, and verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Now, prophesy against who? This is speaking of Russia and the powers that rule in Russia. Now, jump down to verse 4.
Verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws.
See, the Lord is the one that's pulling these nations into war. That's what this is describing. The Lord is putting the hooks in the jaws and drawing them into this great battle, this Armageddon that's going to be BRICS versus NATO. That's what the scriptures is painting. And in the midst of that, they're going to hate the whore and destroy America with nuclear thermal destruction and the rest of the beast that is allied with America. You understand? That's what the scriptures is painting. Read.
And I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company, with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Read.
Persia.
Persia. Who's Persia? Iran, which is the very nation that we're speaking about. Read.
Ethiopia.
Hold on. Who?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Come on.
And Libya. With them, all of them with shield and helmet.
So it is not by coincidence. It's not by just some random circumstance that Ethiopia is right here in this article dealing with nuclear power. It's not a coincidence. Read that again. Where it says reported that. Yep, back in the article.
Yep. Panah Media Corporation, FMC, a partner of TV Bricks, reported that Russia and Ethiopia signed an action plan for a nuclear power plant in the African country aimed at providing clean energy and supporting public utilities, underscoring the growing partnership between the two nations.
Go ahead.
Meanwhile, Indonesia is also pursuing nuclear development, planning to create more than 6,800 green jobs through the construction of nuclear power plants. Both small modular reactors and larger facilities are expected to generate substantial employment, while the government is preparing the workforce through updated training programs and specialized institutions, according to VNA, a partner of TV Bricks.
Now you see, this is all, it's like a Game of Thrones. It's war games where Russia and China are trying to be the top nations on earth and make US now begin to depend on them. Because everybody in years past was dependent on the US. They had the most military might. They had the most nuclear weapons. But now you see these nuclear deals happening with Russia, who also is known to have nuclear weapons, being with China, being with Iran, being with India, now Ethiopia, being also with Turkey. All of this is happening, being with the last year, I read an article of the United Emirates of Arabia, mainly Saudi Arabia, wanting to join BRICS. All of this is happening before your very eyes, man. So let's continue. Let's read. Let's go into this next. Look at this FanDuel. This is from the Daily Mail. They want you to bet, brother. They want you. Come on, man. It's off.
It's idolatry, bro.
You see that? Go ahead, read that.
Mystery fleet of U.S. Air Force.
This tankers. Yesterday. Go ahead.
Mystery fleet of U.S. Air Force tankers crossing Atlantic stirs echoes of Iran strike ahead of secret military meeting.
So who knew that the U.S. Air Force sent military bombers across the Atlantic and landed today in Great Britain? Let's read some of that. Read that.
Flight trackers have spotted a fleet of U.S. air tankers crossing the Atlantic just as Donald Trump prepares to meet with generals and admirals on Tuesday. Around a dozen KC-135R/T Stratotankers were making the journey on Sunday night, with several en route to RAF Mildenhall, a major Air Force base in England. Open source intelligence accounts reported on X. The presence of air tankers can indicate that the U.S. or NATO is addressing an urgent military requirement for fighter jet refueling capacity.
Jump down a little more right here, go ahead.
The deployment carries ominous weight. According to 3 Defense Department sources, 2 former, 1 current, who spoke to the Daily Mail on condition of anonymity. The last time the U.S. moved tankers in comparable numbers was 5 days before American warplanes struck Iran's nuclear facilities. Trump is meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House on Monday. The movement of Stratotankers comes as Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth are preparing to hold a shadowy meeting of the nation's top military leaders at Quantico, Virginia on Tuesday.
Go ahead.
The unprecedented meeting, first reported by Washington Post last week, has raised alarm. Hundreds of generals and admirals, including those in active conflict zones, have been summoned from around the world.
So Trump said, all y'all come right here from around the world, even in active conflict zones, and we about to have this meeting. Now, they landed last night in England. Today, they're going to Qatar, in the U.S. military bases that are in Qatar. That's where these tankers are beginning to go. Right there in the Middle East. They're preparing for war right before your very eyes, man. Yeah, read the next paragraph.
Hundreds of generals and admirals, including those in active conflict zones, have been summoned from around the world with no details of what will be discussed at the summit.
They don't even know what's going on. Go ahead.
Benham Talibu,
it's a crazy name, go ahead,
senior director of the Iran program at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, tells the Daily Mail, while correlation is not causation, he can't help but think of the last time there was a mass tanker deployment by the United States.
Yeah, the last time there was a mass tanker deployment, there were bombs going off and people were dying. It's that simple. And it's only going to keep getting worse and keep getting worse and keep getting worse, as the scripture saith. Let's go to the next article, right? Yeah, this is the Kenya Times. It says America's new war as Trump deploys U.S. Air Force tankers to Europe. We're going to read a little bit more here, right? Go ahead. Where it says in dramatic.
Yep. In dramatic and highly visible military maneuver, Donald Trump has deployed over 30 aerial refueling tankers, including KC-135 Stratotankers and KC-46 Pegasus aircraft from multiple domestic bases to Europe. The operation, which began overnight and continued into the morning of September 29th, 2025, marks one of the largest mass movements of U.S. Air Force tankers in recent years. The deployment marks one of the largest single-day movements of refueling aircraft in recent history. Several of the KC-46 Pegasus aircraft remain airborne in holding patterns above RAF Middenhall and RAF Lakenheath, two key Air Force hubs in England. The tankers are essential for extending the operational range of fighter jets, bombers, and surveillance aircraft, enabling sustained missions across Europe, the Middle East, and beyond.
They getting ready, man.
From infinity.
Good. He said from infinity's crazy. Good.
The timing of deployment coincides with escalating tensions in both Eastern Europe and the Middle East. In recent weeks, Israel has intensified its air campaign against Iranian military infrastructure, prompting fears of a broader regional conflict. U.S. assets have reportedly supported.
See that? U.S. continues to support. Yeah.
U.S. assets have reportedly supported Israeli air defense operations through though U.S. maintains it is not directly involved in offensive strikes.
It's like a little Cold War, right? That's what Russia and U.S. was doing during the Cold War. Well, we ain't really got nothing to do with it, even though we're selling everything. You know, we're selling you all these arms, we're giving you all these guns and missiles, but we're not the ones that's right. what's been going on since what's been going on. Right. It's proxy wars. Get
17 of the deployed tankers have continued onward to the Middle East, reinforcing U.S. Central Command's capacity for long-range operations.
Go ahead.
The remaining aircraft are expected to support NATO's eastern flank, particularly in Poland and the Baltic states, where Russian military activity has increased.
You see that? So even where Russian military has increased, they're preparing for war on all flanks. That's all this is saying, man. Let's continue going down the coming destruction of America.
Why are U.S. Tomahawk missiles for Ukraine a red line for Russia?
Now look at this, right? It says Russia claims U.S. Tomahawks won't do much to help Ukraine, but could signal U.S. interference. So they're like, listen, we ain't worried about your missiles, but hold on, why are you helping them, my mans? Yeah, read that.
Just waiting for the scroll up. Russia says it's carefully monitoring Ukraine's request to the United States for long-range Tomahawk missiles that could boost Kiev's ability to strike deep inside Russia. The request comes as U.S. President Donald Trump appears to be shifting his stance on support for Ukraine against Russia because of his growing frustration with President Vladimir Putin's war push, despite a meeting to discuss peace in Alaska in August.
Right there where it says, speaking of media.
Just waiting for it. Speaking of media on Monday, Russian government spokesman Dmitry Peskov maintained that the weapons, if delivered, would not be a game changer in the war. He suggested, however, that the U.S. could be crossing a red line that Moscow had previously set over what it sees as direct interference by Ukraine's allies.
Now, this is all going to have to do with the play of the war that great war to come, that Armageddon with BRICS and NATO.
Right.
All of this, you see all of these proxy wars getting prepped for that great and final battle that the scriptures call Armageddon, man. That last battle of all these powers and these European powers and these beasts. That's what's coming, man. It's very simple to understand. And if you don't see this just by what I'm showing you, I really don't know what to tell you, brother. You know, Lord be with you, man. All right, now look at this. Look at this. This is from the AP World News. Go ahead.
Russia is helping China to prepare for potential.
Hold on. Russia is helping China for what?
Russia is helping China to prepare for a potential invasion of Taiwan, Defense Institute says.
Now, if anybody has studied geopolitics, you would know that a lot of these wars that go on is not because a civilian died, or it all has to do with power. Now, Taiwan has an extremely large amount of rare minerals. China being the #1 on Earth, US being the #2 on Earth. So what these people are doing, what these nations are doing, is they're fighting for that power. Because what is rare minerals used for? It's used for your televisions, your phones, your laptops, your cars, your airplanes, your bombs, your weapons. Rare minerals is used for all of your technology today. You understand? So Russia is helping China to prepare for a potential invasion. Taiwan has treaties with who? With America.
Right.
That's who Taiwan has treaties for. That's where all of their major exports of all of their minerals goes to America. For now. Right? For now. So you see all of these wars and these Game of Thrones and these power games is going on, man. Right. And this is all going to lead up, I'm going to keep repeating myself, to World War III, man. All right? Let's look at this. This says, why Taiwan is becoming a leader in urban mining. All of this has something to do with each other. All right. Now read it from the top.
Okay. So it says, when you look at Taipei's narrow alleys and rising skyscrapers, you might not immediately see the many opportunities to extract valuable minerals from them. But that's exactly what two companies in Taiwan are looking to the island cities and industries for. With growing concern over the sustainable supply of resources such as nickel and cobalt for the green energy transition, Taiwan's oldest precious and rare minerals refinery and largest recycled steel manufacturer are eliminating the need for new mineral extraction by transforming the island into an urban mine.
You see that? So what they're beginning to do is kind of like what happened with the Industrial Revolution. Now they're having a revolution with their urban mining and how this can actually influence on how we begin to use and get these natural and rare minerals from Taiwan, of course, to America now. But what China is trying to do is say, nah, man, we about to take that over. Continue reading where it says urban mining.
Urban mining, reclaiming minerals from the anthropogenic sources like infrastructure and waste products, is a recycling approach that goes beyond plastic bottles and aluminum cans. Minerals like copper and zinc from demolished buildings and gold and silver from old smartphones are recovered, recycled, and can be refined into an industrial grade quality for reuse. From electronics to construction, material extraction is essential to the function of modern industry. But mining is a carbon-intensive process, and Earth's raw materials and metals are finite. Global material extraction has surged from 30 billion metric tons in 1970 to a projected 106.6 billion metric tons in 2024. And the clean energy transition, which requires lithium for batteries and silver for solar panels, will require an estimated total 3 billion metric tons of energy metals and materials.
So you might ask, YHWH, why in the world are you boring me with all this? Why are you talking about all this? Because if you understand how the world works, you would understand this is how war starts. Right here.
Right.
This is how wars begin.
Bring it out.
When you actually see the games getting played behind the scenes, that since we work in 9 to 5s, since we just, have these regular average Joe Schmo civilians in America that's just walking through whatever, the powers that be are fighting for resources. And that's why Russia is with China to attack Taiwan. It's very simple to understand, man. Who has a deal and a contract and a treaty with America, aka Babylon, that great whore? Now let's go into this next one, right? This is also yesterday. It says the Pentagon asked to quadruple missile production. Now, why is the Pentagon asking to quadruple missile? Why? America sending tankers to fuel all of their military bases across the world, to Europe and to Qatar. You see the Flotilla and all of the beef that's going on with the great conflict between Palestine and Israel. You see Russia backing up China to attack Taiwan. You see Russia saying, hold on, America, you better not give Ukraine none of the missiles, brother. You better not do that. All of this is happening before your very eyes. At the same time, the Pentagon is asking to quadruple missile production. Why?
Get the strap.
Let's see. What's that kid? What's that kid? It was that fat black kid, man. It went viral on Instagram. He was leaning on the ground, breathing heavy. He said, yo, go get the gun, man. He said, yo, go get the gun, man. He was like 10 years old talking about, yo, go get the gun, man. All right, so let's see why the Pentagon is on their knees saying to go quadruple times 4.
Times 4, man.
Missile production.
Completion.
All right, where it says the Pentagon has told suppliers. Start right there.
The Pentagon has told suppliers of missiles to the United States to double or even quadruple their production of weapons, according to a Monday report by the Wall Street Journal. Newsweek has reached
now where it says why it matters. Just start right there.
Why it matters. More than 3.5 years of war in Ukraine, the so-called 12-day war between Israel and Iran, and a general surge in demand for long-range weapons and air defense interceptors have depleted stockpiles of missiles, a cause of growing anxiety.
Growing anxiety. These niggas got anxiety. Anxiety. Go ahead.
Growing anxiety.
These niggas need ashwagandha root, brother. Go ahead. Read that.
Growing anxiety as the U.S. looks towards a possible future conflict with China.
With who?
With China.
With who?
With China.
With China. Read the next paragraph.
Missiles are typically very expensive and laborious to produce. There are pressing concerns about how often costly and increasingly scarce missiles have been used to shoot down disposable drones costing just tens of thousands of dollars.
So now you see America wants to quadruple their weapons and missiles because of in a future conflict that they see with China. Why? Because of Taiwan. That's why. This is what's happening before. These are the war games that's happening right before your very eyes. Now ask yourself, as a Hebrew Israelite, are you prepared for the war to come? Are you continuously seeking repentance? Are you even taking whether your Day of Atonement is today like me and other brothers, or if your Day of Atonement is tomorrow? or if your Day of Atonement already passed last month, did you take this Day of Atonement serious? Did you actually see what's going on the earth and tie it with the prophecies of the Bible? Ask yourself all these questions. Are you in the faith? Read 2 Ezra 15:1 real quick. 2 Ezra 15:1. Then I'm going to go into this last article. And then from there, I'm going to say shalom.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Speak in the ears of my people the what?
The words of prophecy.
The words of prophecy. And through prophecy, I have to show you the current events that's going on the earth and tie it with the Bible. Because everything I've read thus far and everything that's going on the earth has to deal with the world to come, which is the kingdom of Israel, man. The fall of this great empire, this destroying mountain known as Mystery Babylon, America, the fall of these European powers, and the children of Israel conquering the world. That's what's coming, man. Whether you like it, believe it, understand it or not. Now we're going to go to one more article, right? Because this was very interesting to me. This is from Fortune, right? Hold on. It says America will see its largest mass resignation in history as 100,000 federal workers are set to quit their jobs today. Today. Now, does anybody know of a possible government shutdown that's also happening? Does everybody know of the rallying of protests, not just by anti-Israel protests that's happening, but the KKK? Look, everything I'm telling you, look it up for yourself. YHWH's a damn liar. I don't know nothing. Believe in your God, Google. All right? That's your God. Believe in him. All of this is happening in the world right now. So while you're eating chicken wings, overweight, can't run up the stairs, don't know how to fight, never shot a gun in your life, screaming Kwam YASHARAHLA, while all this is going on, are you prepared? While you're smoking your blunt behind the scenes, wiping off the ashes off of your fringes on your t-shirt, are you prepared for what's going on and what's to come? Ask yourself that. Being an Israelite is a lot more than fringes on a t-shirt, brother. Get prepared for war. Get prepared to protect your family, because that's what's coming to America. All right, so with that, I am going to say shalom. I pray you were edified. I pray you understand everything I showed you in this class. And I pray you have a beautiful rest of your atonement. For the brothers who are keeping it, make sure you continue. Make sure you pray and ask for forgiveness, man. Shalom.